I want to talk about this Surging Sparks reprint that is going to be here very soon. So, from what I've been hearing online with people that have distributors, it's either going to be here in February or March. So, either or, regardless, it's going to be here very soon. So, I want to talk kind of about my plans on what I plan to do on this reprint and talk about different scenarios and what I would do in each one and talk about this reprint. Also, if you guys haven't heard about this, or maybe you forgot about it, it's good to know that this is coming. So maybe have a little bit of cash sitting on the side. Don't just spend all of it maybe on just pre-orders of Journey Together or just spending all of it now, because having a little bit of cash, especially when you know a reprint for a good set like this is coming up here shortly, it's good to just have that on the side just in case there is a really good buying opportunity. So, as you guys may very well know, I have a good amount of Surging Sparks booster boxes. You guys have seen my video when I showed you guys all my Surging Sparks booster boxes. I have a good amount. However, I told you guys this before when the reprint was even announced, which was a while ago, that when this gets reprinted, and if it tanks, if something like that happens, I'm going to go in. Now, why would I do this if I already have a lot? Well, it's because it's a free play. I've talked about this a lot. When you have a good set, a good booster box that is, very highly priced, and then it gets reprinted and then it crashes, right? Or you could call it whatever you want. It corrects, crashes. You know, that is your chance. That's literally a free play because it's already been, confirmed. It's already been shown and proven that it's a good set. And the fact that it crashes just because some supply gets in the market, guys, when that supply is gone, it's going to do the same thing. We saw Lost Origin do the same thing. It went from 180 to 120 on the reprint, then it quickly went back up. Silver Tempest took a little bit longer. A lot of these boxes that got reprinted, they dipped, but they always came back up, especially these really good sets that were strong. They just rebound very quickly. So it's like free money, to be honest. So if Surging Sparks, right? If booster boxes get reprinted, which we don't know if it is, right? If they get reprinted and they get printed very heavily, I'm buying more because it's like I said, it's like a free play. You know, I don't think it's gonna get below my cost basis because my cost basis on these boxes is pretty low. It's in the low hundreds. I don't think it's gonna go back down to that price. But even if it hits mid hundreds, I will be buying a good amount. But if it only dips down to maybe just $200, honestly, at that point, I might buy a little bit, but at $200, it's pretty far off from my cost basis and might not even be worth it for me to buy. So I will only really be buying if this probably hits in the hundreds, maybe closer to the mid hundreds, because other than that, to me, it's just not really worth it because my cost basis is pretty low on this booster box. But definitely, yeah, I will be buying these if they hit that mid hundreds level 100%. If it hits MSRP, maybe they're available in Pokemon Center. That will definitely be a good buy. But if these only dip a little bit, which I'm suspecting the reprint is probably going to be small. And if they reprint booster boxes, I don't think it's going to be big. We just haven't seen that in Scarlet and Violet. We saw Paldea Evolved get the tiniest, reprint of booster boxes ever. It dipped like $10 and it shot back up like a couple days later because people realized that, it wasn't really big at all. So I feel like Surging Sparks is going to be pretty similar. I don't think it's going to dip much, but let's say they do reprint booster boxes a little bit, drops to 200. For people out there that maybe don't have any, maybe that's a decent buy because I think at $200, it's not the worst thing ever, but still the set is relatively new. It could get reprinted again in the future, possibly. But yeah, it just really depends on how big this reprint is and how much the prices go down if I'm gonna buy in. But definitely, if you don't have any at all, your situation might be different. Maybe if it hits 200, maybe that's a good opportunity for you because you didn't get any at all. Maybe now that you're coming in, it's 250, it drops to 200. That's a good discount. But yeah, definitely, I think this reprint, it all depends on how much and what they reprint, especially with booster boxes, because that's the main thing people really want to buy and invest into is booster boxes because this is just a main set. And we're not even guaranteed that. It's very possible with this reprint, it might be a minuscule amount of booster boxes, and maybe the bigger reprints for the products may be like booster bundles or elite trainer boxes. It's very possible that the booster boxes aren't going to get reprinted a lot, which I'm sort of suspecting here. So, me talking about all these different scenarios with these booster boxes and the prices and reprints, it honestly could be nothing because it is very possible that, they just reprint like the other like ancillary, products that aren't booster boxes And maybe the booster box then will slightly dip in price because of the packs maybe will go down in price because of the other products having packs. But other than that, it's not really, I don't think, going to do much if they only, reprint booster bundles or whatever. So yeah, it really depends. But regardless, just knowing there is this reprint, guys, if you, don't have any surging sparks, or if you maybe just want more, have some cash on the side because we know it's coming here. So I just want to remind you guys about this reprint because, I don't see many people talking about it, and I don't think I mentioned it for a while. So, like I said, this set has been out already for a couple months, and I think it's already kind of proven itself that it's a pretty strong set. Pikachu is still holding very strong at almost $500. Latias still in the mid 200s, and still Milotic, the Pikachu Gold card, they're still above $100. A couple cards that used to be over 100 did dip down into the 80s, and the Executor thing at one point was $100, but now it's at 60. But still, if you compare Surging Sparks to any other main set in Scarlet and Violet, it's still the most expensive one. Obviously, Prismatic Evolutions is a specialty set and knocks everything else out the water, but for main set wise, Surging Sparks is still the most expensive. So therefore, this is still a very strong set. And I've said this before, even when Journey Together comes out, Team Rocket comes out, this set will still be up there with the top sets in the era. Because think about it, Journey Together will be the 9th set, right? And then Team Rocket will be like the 10th set. After that, there's probably going to be a couple more sets. So regardless of really what happens, this will, in my opinion, still be up there in the top because, it has multiple $100 plus cards. Pikachu is almost $500. So I just always see this being pretty expensive. So yeah, just for that reasoning, this set has just already been proven. I think it's had enough time to show that this, isn't just a hype thing because, people said this set was going to crash in a couple months, whatever. Well, it's been a couple months now. Prices have done really nothing. They haven't really crashed. They really haven't gone up that much either. They've been pretty stable. So I think it shows that Surging Sparks is a pretty cemented set where it's probably in the long run just going to perform well because a lot of people were hating and doubting on the set when it came out because of all the hype and everything. But I think it just now has proven itself that it is a strong set. So, just want to talk about this reprint again because, like I said, I haven't really mentioned this in a while. I don't see many people talking about it, but it is coming here February, March. Yeah, we don't know what's going to get reprinted. So, like I said, this whole talk about me talking about booster boxes and prices, it could mean nothing. There are very good chances that the prices really aren't going to dip at all, and maybe this reprint really doesn't do anything because, I don't know. I think people fail to realize how many things Pokemon is probably printing right now. Like, they're probably printing Team Rocket, they're probably printing Journey Together, and they're having to now print Prismatic because they made that statement or whatever, right? And then now Surging Sparks. Just think about how much they're having to print. I can't imagine Surging Sparks getting this huge reprint. We haven't even seen a huge reprint ever in Scarlet and Violet, and I can't imagine in this time when things are turbulent in this whole space that they're going to be able to print a huge amount of Surging Sparks when probably a lot of their printing power is going into other sets, other future sets, even Prismatic. I can't imagine them going in printing super heavily and allocating a lot of their printing power to Surging Sparks when there's a lot of newer stuff and a lot of hype and a lot of anger going on with those sets because prices are super high for the brand new stuff. So that's the end of this video. Just want to talk about this reprint again. Let me know down in the comments, do you have cash sitting on the sides for this reprint or you just don't really care? Because I know a lot of people are just focusing on Team Rocket now and Journey Together, and some people may not even be thinking or even remembering that this reprint is coming here soon. So just stay tuned, and if any place out there, store, YouTube channel has any information about reprints and if it's big or not, just stay tuned for any of that news because if you know it's going to be big, small, you can definitely make your decisions on that based on the size of the reprint and what is getting reprinted. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.